Hey everyone, how you all doing? Grugs here, Legion Tactical Cutlery, back at it with another premiere. A pretty cool looking knife, very tactical. This is the Lengren LR-779 drop point tactical knife, fighter, all-rounder. I'm not sure yet. I'm leaning more towards a fighting knife, something that law enforcement could use, military, nice, small, compact, good steel. In any case, we'll get into it. What's everybody carrying today? I've got my 704 Wildcat. Did a video on this. Good knife. Damn good knife. Damn good folder at a great price. Let me know what you guys are carrying. And veterans, active military, if you're watching, just want to say thank you very much for your service. Really appreciate you guys and gals. I hope you enjoy this video. Quick specs. Let's go over quick specs of this knife. Once again, this is the Lengren LR-779 drop point tactical blade. Overall length 9.06 inch, blade length 4.72 inch, blade material 14C28N, blade hardness 59 to 60 HRC, blade thickness 3 millimeters, blade width 1.06 inch, handle length 4.34 inch, handle material. This one's a TANG G10. It does come in black. Weight 5.93 ounces, and it features full tang, lanyard hole, Kydex sheath, and a metal belt loop for upright carry. Let's get into this knife. I'm pretty excited to show everybody this knife. Now, I reached out to the Lengren rep. This one came a little on the rough side, man. I got to call a spade a spade. I just want to make sure that if you all decide to do purchase this knife, you might expect a blade that's a little bit rougher than the usual Lengren quality. It might be my blade. I don't know. I asked Jorge Fernandez, who is a subscriber on this channel. He said his was a little rough too, but he loved it because he was able to fix it up himself, do a little modification, some light sanding. All good with that, man. But I just want to let my subscribers know. I don't want you guys to be surprised, if you get one and it's not 100%. So let's get into it. Let me show you what I'm talking about. First things first, this blade was a little on the rough side, man. I had to just do a little bit of honing on a ceramic rod and then stropping. And now it is shaven sharp, but it was a little rough. I kind of felt it. It didn't feel like, the normal Lengren quality type of blade that usually comes out of the box. So I'm not sure if these guys rushed this or what, man. Maybe they had a deadline to me. I'm still trying to figure out what's going on here. But the blade, the secondary edge, or the bevel here was not a problem to fix. It's now, if you take a look, the sides are a little bit rough, okay, when they were doing the polishing here, and it went above that high saber mark, and it some of the polishing went above, instead of this being nice straight lines, some of that polishing went above this line over here, and it just, I looked at it and I'm just scratching my head, even on this side, just a little bit. I'm scratching my head. I'm like, wow, did the Lengren reps or the Lengren employees rush this one? So I'm still not sure if this is my blade or every blade out there. But again, I want to make everybody aware. Now, the only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I asked the subscriber, and he said his was a little rough too. So you can see how the polishing just above that high saber line. Another thing is, if you take a look at the ricasso area, that line right there is a little uneven compared to the other side. I think that the other side is a little bit more even than this side. All right, I might be nitpicking, man. You know me, I like to use these knives as tools. However, when you first get something that you buy, if I'm the one who does the markings and the marrings with the ferro rods and the scratches, if that's me doing it, that's one thing, but if you get it new out of the box, maybe, just maybe, some of you might not be too pleased with that. Again, I just want to warn everybody. All right. I know that once I start using this, I'm not going to really care. But I'm just, every other Lengren knife that I have received, is really nice. I've never had this look like it was done on a rush type of job. So I got to call a spade a spade. I'm even thinking about maybe sending this one back and getting a replacement to see if my knife is the issue. What's strange is that the handle is nice and flush all the way around. It's done nicely all the way around, okay? And you can see there's that little lanyard hole right there. Now that's very sharp. Just need to mention that. Very, very sharp lanyard hole. Very, very small too. I don't know how the hell I'm going to get a small lanyard through there. But that's a bit small. It is protruding tang at least. Removable scales. Nice tan color. The scales are a bit blocky, but for right now, I'm holding it and squeezing it. And so far, so good. So I wonder if I'm going to make a tri-stick or tent stake or something, how this blockiness is going to feel when I am digging in to make those notches. All in all, this is pretty good. Now, there is a small little mark right there. Like, again, you could see it right there. Not a big deal, but some of those who are just purchasing this and who are familiar with Lengren, you might get a little bit of a head scratcher. You know what I mean? Like, what happened? So I'm still waiting on an answer on this guy, to see if this was actually rushed or not. I don't know. I might just go and get the black handle version, just for the hell of it. You know what I mean? And see if that black handle version is the same thing. So these are all CNC machined. Okay, the measurements are pretty close because I have a caliper and I did measure them lately. I don't know what's been going on with some of these vendors, but they've been putting some crazy specs up. And I had a couple of subscribers, ask me, are those the real dimensions? I mean, one knife it was obvious, like something's up. So I measured everything myself, and I let those guys know that these are the measurements. But I did measure this, and I left the measurements the way they were because they are very, very close. So these measurements will be good. And you could see that I mean, all in all, this design knife is very, very, very nice, man. I like it. It's a nice small blade. It's got some heft to it. It's not lightweight, but maybe this is something an operator or somebody in the field who's a soldier, sailor, Marine, airman, you might want to think about something like this. It's a pretty nice blade. And if you're going to use it as a tool, maybe some of these issues, this nitpicking that I'm doing may not matter to you. But I definitely want to bring it to everybody's attention, okay? Because I don't want to make any mistake here. And as soon as I find out something from the Lengren rep, I'll let you guys know, man. Because maybe it was a rush job. I don't know. Okay, but you can see some of the polishing differences here, right? Here's one type of, this seems more refined polish. This seems like not as refined. And again, some of the polishing is going above the high saber grind line over there. So one good thing is that the spine is sharp. It's really sharp. So if you're going to be taking this outside, need to do some bushcrafting with this knife. And one of the things you do is like scrape, ferro rod, etc. I don't think you'll have a problem. A lot of jimping over here. Some going into the handle area, some past the ricasso area. Okay, but in case you need to do some hunting, you need to get into the meat. That's pretty aggressive. Doesn't slip. Again, I know the handle looks blocky, but in my hand, boy, let me tell you, it feels good, and I'm squeezing as hard as I can. So maybe some of the hot spot is right over here, you know, as I squeeze. But again, what if I decide to test out this knife in the near future, and I'm going to definitely make a 10 stake, I'm going to see how this is going to feel, because once you start digging into that wood to make that notch, that's when you're going to know if this is going to be a problem or not. So, but very, very nice blade in any case. Now, the sheath is high quality sheath for sure. In this case, I kind of wish it was pancake style rather than a taco style. There is no thumb ramp to push off and very little pinched area to push off. So just be aware of that. Oops, sorry about that. Okay, so drainage hole, just 4 rivet holes there. All right, but then they have this belt clip, which I'm not a fan of at all. I'm not a fan of this belt clip. You could only carry it upright. There's no scout carry here. It would have been nice if this was pancake styles. Then you had more versatility, more options. I'm surprised this wasn't thought out a little bit better, in my opinion, because this is a pretty nice, you know, setup here. And if they had just a pancake and had a little bit more rivets, man, oh man, I think the versatility would have been a lot better. But all in all, it's a high quality sheath. It's nice and sleek. It's nice and thin. If it just had a little bit more meat, you know, you could have added a different type of carry system here. The good news is, if I want to carry the Scout, what I can do is just wrap some paracord, and then my belt will go right through here through the paracord if I want to carry it Scout. So maybe I'll have some paracord lashed over here. Maybe I'll do it all 3, just lash 1, 2, 3, and then thread the belt right through the paracord instead, and it'll give me a nice thin profile. All right, so but that's the knife. That's the profile of the knife with that clip. You know, if you're just going to carry it upright, this might be adequate, but still not a bad little package here, and a nice knife. Now again, the edge was a little rough. It wasn't that it wasn't sharp, but it didn't feel, you know, that nice smooth edge. You know, it just seemed like, I don't know, in my opinion, this might have been rushed. I don't know. You know, so, but this is definitely digging in. You know, you're not going to have a problem cutting up meat at all if you're going to just use this for hunting. And hunting season, let's face it, is here now. I know in some states, September, then there's October, and it goes right through the winter months. But sharp out of the box for sure. And I've got a good grip on this handle. It feels okay for now. Again, just a bit of a hot spot right here. Whoops, right here. Okay. So and you can see it's making the curls. Let's see if I could just make one nice long curl for everybody. Yeah. All right, good. Lengren seems to be upping their box logos. I'm not going to go too crazy showing you this box, but I wanted to show you that Lengren logo. That's pretty cool. It's raised. So for the collector, you've got yourself a really nice box. And there you go, troops. This is my opinion on this knife. Again, I purchased this. And again, once again, I got to tell you, I got to call a spade a spade. I expected just a little bit better quality. But as it stands, it's really not a bad blade at all. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, as always, I just want to say thank you very much for taking the time to check out my channel and my videos. Let me bring awareness to everybody. Hashtag 22day, hashtag 22 a day no more. There are veterans and active military who wants to get out of the service. They do face a lot of challenges. And unfortunately, one of these challenges is suicide. So when we're done here, go check out the comments section, go check out the description section. There will be phone numbers that you can call, websites that you can surf. Heartfelt message from one of your own, Martin Miller, U.S. Army, Vietnam veteran, 66 to 69. He has a heartfelt message. Please seek the help you all have earned and deserved. Troops, Legionnaires, new recruits, as always, thank you very much. Let me know what you think about this blade. At the ready. Hold the line. Take care.